Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew coming into this game how talented UConn's roster was going to be, and I think that went out when you look at all 5 players in double figures. And there's not a consolation, obviously, when you lose, but I'm actually pleased, I guess would be the word, when you talk about with such a young team to be able to come in and do some of the things that I thought we grew as a team with a very inexperienced freshman, sophomore backcourt. To be able to force UConn into 25 turnovers, I thought was extremely positive for our group. To be able to get 72 points up against the defense that they play, for 16 steals. So some positive things for our young team to be able to build off of. We knew that the waves were going to be coming, and I think their experience really showed, especially in that first quarter. But when you look at the last 3 quarters, we were -4. So definitely some things for us to be able to build upon.
I know you lost your great rebounder, but did you think the rebounding would play out like it did today?
I know that's an area that was concern for me going into the season. So when you talk about losing Brianna Jones, and something we've spent a lot of time with, but their length, it's not surprising given just the size that they have and the athleticism.
Brenda, I wonder if you could elaborate on where you saw growth today, or where I guess you might hope growth will come from that.
Yeah, I told him, actually, obviously South Carolina was a closer score for us, but just in terms of where we're at as a team and our program before we get Eliana eligible, and again, a new point guard this season, again for us is just the area to be able to compete for the 3 quarters. We went from competing, I thought, 12 minutes against South Carolina to 30 tonight. So our starts, obviously this is all new, uncharted territory for a lot of our players when you look at the kind of minutes that they're having to play that they've never experienced.
Is it hard maybe to get your players in that mindset after a loss like this in this atmosphere, say you've got to take some good for this, or what was the attitude?
No, I mean, I think the big thing is just seeing that we never quit and we fought until the end. And I think for us, as we build our team through this non-conference slate and game by game, I think being able to take those positives is a good thing.
Coach, Kyla looked a little more confident shooting from 3 today. It hasn't really been part of her game, or at least last season it wasn't. Is that something to look forward to from her going forward?
Well, I know Kyla's worked extremely hard in the off season, so that's something I've been able to see in practice, and just the fact that her versatility, that we can slide her around out on the perimeter, going inside and out. So that's an area she has spent a lot of time on.
And then what do you think just overall for her performance? I mean, following up 31 points against South Carolina with 29 against UConn.
That's who she is. I mean, she's our leader. She wants the responsibility. She accepts it. I mean, you see she's the only player that played all 40 minutes. We were able to keep her out of foul trouble, and I thought she was tremendous in terms of just the competitor that she is.
Is it nice to know moving forward now that at least on paper your biggest tests are kind of behind you? You guys have been through it so early already?
Obviously with top 5 competition, but every game for us is a test. So, it's one of our toughest non-conference slates. I mean, obviously so early with UConn and South Carolina, especially, like I said, with a freshman and a converted point guard with Sarah from that position. You're encouraged of some of the things we're able to do.
Brenda, how do you see UConn different this year? I mean, they're ultra aggressive on defense with the Dangerfield wing, and also Azure gives us so much length. Versatile. Do you see a different team emerging from last year?
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, completely ahead this year than they were a year ago when you watch them on film. And I think they can be even more aggressive because of the great length that they have. I mean, if you do get beat from Dangerfield pressure in the ball, which isn't going to happen a lot, you're going to have Azure in that back line cleaning things up. And again, you can't simulate that in practice between Azure and Nafisa. When Katie Lou's healthy, I mean, their size, is just really difficult to be able to get prepared for.
Coach, talked about the defense of UConn. How do you kind of handle Shanice's playing time, her confidence in just her 4th college game, having to go against what is definitely going to be the best defense you guys will see this season?
You know, it's you have to go out and you have to experience it, and you know, unfortunately for us, maybe you know, her being able to have somebody to study under would have been a beautiful thing, but that's not where we're at this season. So you know, the greatest thing for her is she's going to get thrown into it, and I thought she responded better in the second half compared to the jitters and the nerves, but just being patient with her, just knowing that these are first-time experiences for her.
Brianna Jones gets to play in this stage. Just your thoughts on the opportunity that she's gotten here, and then what do you see her future being in the WNBA level?
I'm sorry,
Brianna
with Brianna
Jones,
Jones?
yeah.
Okay. Can you say that again?
Just what do you think your future looks like at the WNBA level?
Oh, yeah, I miss her. You know, I mean, I know the one thing about Bree is, I mean, she's the ultimate team player. So when you talk about, you know, at the stage, she's going to be that glue. She's going to be that player on the team that you have to have in the locker room, and will do anything within her role. So I think obviously, you know, being overseas in Russia and just the ability, I think she'll have a long career like, you know, all of our pros have had at Maryland.
Anything else?
We talked about extending the series at all, Coach.
We have. I know, I mean, gosh, we've gone 4 years in a row. I know we weren't able to be able to extend it for next year, but I know we're back into talks. I mean, UConn's already 2 years out with their schedule, so the rest of us aren't that far out, but in 19, I'm trying to extend it.